Hello guys. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Deborah, and if you are new here, feel so much welcomed. And before I continue, please subscribe to my channel, watch and share with friends, and encourage me just by doing this. This is the only way you can support me in this channel. So guys, please subscribe to my channel, watch and share with friends. So those who are new here, and if you haven't watched my previous video, I'm going to do a video, story of my life, and this is episode 1, story of my life. So guys, you're so much welcomed, and may God bless you as you plan to share and subscribe to this channel. So story of my life, episode 1. And before I begin, guys, I'm sorry, I was to do this episode with my mom, but unfortunately she didn't manage to be part of this. And the things that I wanted to ask her, I will just tell you as I continue. So guys, I'm the firstborn of a family of 4, and if you are a firstborn, you can bear me witnesses. Firstborns really go through a lot, and that is not the main point of this video. Being a firstborn, being a lastborn, this video is for you. So every person you see, every successful person you see, they have a story to tell. Yesterday somebody told me that there are people who are born great, and there are people who have become great. Okay, there are people who were born great. For example, like our president. Our president, he doesn't know what poverty is. He doesn't know what I don't think that he knows what exactly is like to be brought up from a poor background. But there are people who have come from very poor backgrounds, and by the grace of God, they have managed to be great people. So this video, I'm doing it to encourage you. It doesn't matter where you have come from. It doesn't matter the kind of background that you was brought up from. What matters is your destiny. It is where you are going. It is the purpose of God in your life. So that is why I'm sharing with you this video. What I want you to learn from this video is that whatever you are going through, or whatever you have gone through, it is a process to the purpose of God in your life. So guys, as I go through this video, as I continue talking to this video, I hope that you shall learn. So guys, I've said that I'm Deborah, and I'm the firstborn of a family of 4, 2 girls, 2 boys. I'm the firstborn, followed by my sister, and then my 2 brothers. And by the grace of God, He has helped us, and everyone has gone their direction. And by the grace of God, everyone, if I can say, everyone, they are doing well. And if they have not even done that well, they are on their right way. So I thank God for that. I don't take it for granted. And now, being the firstborn of our family, wow, guys, I've really gone through a lot. And that is what I want to share with you in this story. So I was born back in 1980s, late 80s. So I'm in 3rd floor. Na sijaenda sana, niko tu hapo. I'm still young, so I thank God for that. So I'm just aging gracefully, and I thank God for that. And I'm born again, and I love God so much, because if it was not for God, honestly guys, we could not be where we are today, me and my family. So in my life, God comes first. In everything that I do, God comes first. So God is the foundation of my life, and I'm so grateful to Him. So guys, being born the firstborn of a family, I'm also married. I'm a mother of 1. I'm married to a pastor, so I'm a pastor's wife, and I thank God for the grace is sufficient. And also I'm a student, I'm learning. So I'm really good. I have a lot in my back, but by the grace of God, I'm managing everything, and I'm also here on YouTube trying to encourage someone like you. So God bless you so much. Let's walk together through this journey story of my life. So I was born back in 1980s. I joined Engavo Primary School, and what happened in my primary school, God graced me. I was not I was not I was a wise child. I was wise in school. I was I was doing good. I was doing good in my primary school. Actually, I think if the records are there in primary school, my names will be there, because I used to top. I used to top in school. And I thank God for the far He has brought me. So through that, I went to primary school. I finished my primary school back in 2003. Yeah, 2003. I finished class 8. Then I joined Form 1 in Dolo Secondary School. And the reason I joined Dolo Secondary School was this. And even before I finished my class 8, being a wise child in school, it came to a point that I had to repeat school. The reason I repeated class 7, it's not because I was not getting anything in school. The reason that meant me to repeat is because my mom said that we didn't have enough school fees. If at all I went out from class 8, that I can join secondary school. And again, I was so tiny. So my mom was also fearing that when I go to high school, people will bully me. So I had to repeat class 7. And on the point of repeating, I went and started, can you imagine being one of the top students in school, in a class, and then you are made to repeat? You see that situation. So I went back. I started again studying in the same class with my sister, because when I was in class 8, my sister was in class 7, my brother was in class 6. So that is how we were born. Tumeachana tu na mwaka moja. And I thank God because my parents managed it. But by the way, guys, let me tell you one thing. We were poor in our family until even the poor people used to call us poor. Can you imagine that? Even the people that right now when I go home, I look like, oh my God, these are the people who are calling us poor. And actually you are like, well, enyewe tulikuwa poor. If even these guys used to call us poor. You know, that kind of a situation. And when I'm talking about poverty, it came to a point that even our dad ran out of home. Why did he run out of home? It is because he didn't want see us suffering. According to what he told me, I don't know if it is true, but he told us that he went out of home because he didn't want to see us suffering. And guys, let me give you a story of the way my dad left home. By that time we were very small, and I think by the time my dad left home, my mom was expectant of our last born. So this time, dad saw that, well, I'm not going to manage here. And then with that situation, we used to go to a certain market to go and sell cassava. So in fact, one day we went, when we were on our way going to sell that cassava, you know, we used to use our bags to carry. In our place, we don't carry things with head, so we carry it with our bags. So we were, and it was a very long distance from a place called Engavo to Nunguni, and we used to do that by feet. And it's about, if I'm not wrong, it's more than it's almost 20 kilometers, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's almost 20 kilometers, and we used to do that with our foot. We foot up to that place carrying cassava on our. In fact, one day we went there, even my sister cried on the way. And I thank God because God has really helped us. We are past that. So that one day we went We sold the cassava, and mom bought us some clothes. She even bought herself a shoe, rubber shoes. Those who know those times, kuna viatu zilikuwa zinaitwa ngoma. So my mom bought herself rubber shoes za ngoma. So when tulifika home, and he bought dad a trouser. I remember the trouser was orange and windbreaker. Nakumbuka tu windbreaker tulikuwa toa many colors, kulikuwa na blue hivyo. Yeah, so my mom bought a trouser, orange trouser, na hiyo kanini ka windbreaker for my dad, and she bought herself rubber shoes. So we went and tukafika home. Vile tulifika home, so my dad had already planned to leave us, and nobody knows that dad is planning to leave. So hiyo siku vile tulifika home, the following day our dad woke up very early in the morning. He woke up very early in the morning. He took the clothes that mom bought for him, and he took mom's shoe, that rubber shoe. He took it, akavaa na akaenda nayo. Can you imagine? And this is the man of the house. He has just left us na hakuwa na fare. So akaenda akatembea akafika Sultan Ahmad, akachukua maroli za Mombasa Road. So after taking this Mombasa Road transit, hizo malori kubwa zinaitangwa aje, hizo malori kubwa tu za Mombasa Road. When I say that, most of you understand. So dad akachukua moja akapewa lift mpaka Mombasa. That's how we lost our dad for almost, I think, is it 2 or 3 years? Yeah. So akaenda akakaa huko, akakaa. And then back in 1990, after my brother was born, because my mom, I told you, she was expectant. So when my brother was born, and it was 1 year and something, mom decided to go to Mombasa. You know, those times we used to write letters, so there were no phones. There were no mobile phones. So my mom decided she would go to Mombasa and go and look for dad. Can you imagine? How do you go? Like, it's like sahi, mtu atoke up country, and they come to Nairobi and say that they are coming to look for Deborah. Honestly, unless you have my contact, unless somebody knows where I live and you know their place, that's the only way you can get me. So my mom left from home and go to Mombasa and started looking for dad. Can you imagine? So she looked for dad. Mi sijui vile alimpata. By the way, I've never asked mom about that story. Vile alipata dad, and if she was here she could have told us. So akaenda akapata dad. Do you know, amebeba mtoto wako mwaka moja na kitu. Ameenda amezunguka Mombasa, amepata bwanake. Na akakaa, I think alikaa for around 2 weeks na akakuja. So when she came back home, she didn't come with anything. She only came with one loaf of bread. My sister was so tiny. I don't know what she thought in her mind. But vile aliona madhe amekam na amekuja na mkate mmoja, my sister took that bread and threw it away. Can you imagine those times? Na vile tulikuwa tunapenda mkate. So my sister got annoyed and she took the bread and threw it away. And then my sister used to call mom Inyadina. That means, Inyadina means Mama Shida. Can you imagine? Even your own child can see that you are poor. She even used to draw on the ground. You know, the way you used to draw on the ground. You draw one child. Then she will write the first person as mom, and the child, she called it Dina. So that means this is mom being followed by poverty. So that is how worse the situation was. But now, mama amekuja. And then by the grace of God, tukifika 1997, 98, my dad came back home. You know, this time we have even forgotten about him, because we never used to hear from him, and mom used to tell us dad will come. but we didn't know when he will come. So this time dad came back in 1998, and so when he came akakuja akaingia kwa hao. And you know the kind of a house, guys, we used to live when you mnajua those times we used to live in a mud house roofed with grass, and this house was a 2-bedroom house. So we had 1 bedroom and a sitting room. So parents used to use the bedroom, na sisi tunatandikiwa hapo sitting, tunalala kwa floor, kwa mchanga. Si floor iko na simiti ama carpet, kwa mchanga, na si eti tunatandikiwa mattress, ni vitu tu hapo zinakaa hivyo. And then the worst happened in 1997, wakati kulikuwa kunanyesha El Nino. By the way, kama hiyo nyumba yetu haikuanguka, ni Mungu tu. Yani God helped us hiyo time kukinyesha, because the house had already been worn out. Yani ilikuwa the worst. So anytime hiyo nyumba ingeanguka tu. So what we did was this. At one corner of the house tukatoboa shimo, na hii kona ingine tukatoboa shimo. So maji ilikuwa inaingililia, na tukakata mtaro kwa nyumba ndani. So maji ilikuwa inaingia one side, inatokelezea ile side ingine. In this way we were trying to prevent nyumba isianguke. In our place, the soil ni ile kukinyesha inawekanga maji, so the water will not get dry, so it will be there. Hata kukikosa kunyesha kesho, bado mtaona maji ina flow. Na pia kuna mawe, so hiyo mawe pia inatoa maji. So that was how we stayed back in 1997. Tuko na mtaro kwa nyumba, tunalala hapo, na God helped us, and hatukubebwa na maji 1997. So 1998 baba amerudi home. Amekuja home na hajakuja na kitu, but anakuja anatuambia ameokoka. Can you imagine? Na mimi nilikuwa nachukia mzai juu alikuwa anafuta zigara. Me even up to date, if you are a smoker, we can't be friends. Mimi nachukia zigara na roho yangu yote. I really hate that thing. Sitakangi kusikia hata smell nikipita. So that's how I didn't like my dad because of that. But now amekuja 98 na anasema ameokoka. So akakaa hatuoni akifuta zigara, and no one is asking him, mpaka madhea kumuuliza. So akaona hakuna mtu ako na shughuli na yeye, juu si tushazoea kukaa bila, hakuna mtoto anamkimbilia. Because even before aende Mombasa, it was so tough until tulikuwa tunaongea na ile sauti ya chini asitusikie tukiongea. Unaona such a situation, mko kwa hao na nakaa kama mko kamiti. Yani by the way, guys, let me tell you, if you say that there is no God, honestly, just a fool can say that there is no God. Because mimi, time salvation came into our house, I saw a very great change in my family. Because when dad came home na akasema ameokoka, I really saw that difference in him. Because now we were free, we could talk to one another hata akiwa. Because before aende, hakuna mtu alikuwa anaongea na mwingine. Kwa tu tunamuongopa. But tunaongea when he is not there. And then out of nowhere, angetuchapa tu. So, ika happen, amerudi na anasema ameokoka. So, akaona hakuna mtu anamuuliza kwa nini haufuti zigara. Sijaiona akikunywa pombe, so I believe he was not a drunkard. But zigara mazee alikuwa anafuta zigara. Wacha niwape story ya hizi zigara kwanza. One day, my dad went to one of our uncles, pia alikuwa anafuta zigara. So vile alienda, unaonanga vile watu wakifuta zigara, kuna hako kapati kamwisho huwa wanabakisha na wanaweka. So akaenda kwa rafiki yake, one of our uncles, akapata kapisi kama hako kazigara kwa meza. So patesi akachukua hiyo kanini akawasha, kumbe ilikuwa bangi. Mazee. Sasa dada amekunywa hiyo bangi na imemuaffect. Sasa anakuja home. Akikuja home, vile mtu tu walk, akaona anatembea polepole. Wacha aanze kukimbia. Akakimbia. He ran to a point akaona we mazee nimekimbia sana, akasimama tena. Do you know vile alianza kuwalk? Ana move one mguu anashikanisha na hii ingine, anasimama anashikanisha na hii ingine hivyo. I think hiyo ndio ilikuwa first time yake ya kufuta bangi. Hii ilimuaffect. Sasa wacha afike home, anakula na hashibi. Akakula mtoko ikaisha kwa kwa pot. So that's how bad a bank is. So now that amekuja 1997, 98 na anasema ameokoka. So nobody, hakuna mtu alishughulika na yeye. Sisi tulikuwa tunangojea bado afute zigara. But hatuoni akifuta. So akakaa the first day hakuna mtu anamuuliza. So second day ikabidia mwenyewe ameuliza, akauliza Mathe, na mbona hamuniulizi kwa nini sifuti zigara? Sisi tukamwambia hata hatuja notice. Mathe akamwambia mimi nilikuwa nangoja bado utafuta. So dada akasema mimi niliokoka. Si uliokoka? Mama akamuuliza Mungu mgani huyo ataokoa mtu kama wewe? Because actually those who know my dad before aokoke, they know he was just that bad person. He was not a nice person. But now unaona amechange, anatuongelesha vizuri. Now unaona at least there is that change in the family. So tukaanza kuongea, now we are able to talk. Alafu mazee, mimi sijui watu when you are poor, hebu niwaulize. Na kama unajua kwa nini, just comment down there because I always ask myself this question. Wakati mko na umaskini or when you are in that poor state, chawa utoka wapi? Because kwetu kulikuwa na chawa. Kunguni. Mazee hizo vitu mimi sijui zilikuwa zinatoka wapi. Zilikuwa zinatukula mpaka unaona place iko white. Unajua mpaka shule watoto walikuwa wanaogopa kukaa na sisi. Hata kama tuko werevu. The other guys used to fear us because walikuwa wanaona tukikaa na wao watatushikisha chawa. Alafu unajua primary mlikuwa mnakaa mtu mmoja desk moja watu wawili ama watatu. Sasa unapata watu wanaogopa kukaa na wewe. Alafu mtu akikaa na wewe, mtu mwingine akionekana na chawa unawekelewa. Sijui kama ushaikuwa ka situation kama hao. So that was how we used to live. But now since salvation came to our house, yani niliona a very big change. Na something used to amaze me those times that we used to harvest from our shamba. We used to harvest like we used to have maize, we used to have beans, but it never came to my parents mind that wanaweza uza hii chakula at least gunia 2 ama 3 wanunue mabati ama watoe matofali. Yani unajua kwetu matofali si shida, juu mchanga iko hapo nje na unaweza chota maji iko there. God blessed us at our place, at my home ground. Kuna maji imetoboka hapo na hakuna mtu alitoboa hiyo maji. By the way, na haikaukangi, kukuwe na jua haje, inasaidianga even our neighborhood. So that water is there and it is permanent. So it never came to their mind that tunaweza uza hizi ngunia za mahindi tununue mabati. Ama tunaweza uza maragwe tununue mabati. Ama hata hizo kasava tulikuwa tunaenda, mbona hatujaifikiria tuuze siku moja tununue mabati hata kani 2. Hiyo siku nyingine tununue hivyo. It never came to their minds. But when my dad got saved, the salvation came into the whole of our family. Because from that day things changed totally kabisa. And guys, now this time I'm still in primary school. Unaona? But at least vile dada may come home na akasema ameokoka. So the funny thing was akaambia mama waende mama akaambia dad the following Sunday waende church. Dada akakataa kwenda church. The reason alikataa, na ndio nasemanga mazee, when you decide to get born again, wewe okoka tu. Ukiona unaokoka alafu unaanza kujichanganya, wewe wachana na hiyo story. If you know that you cannot manage the life of salvation, na unakaa hapo na hypocrisy, just choose one side. Be either hot or cold. Because the Bible says that if you are in between, God will vomit you out of his mouth. So when you decide to get born again, we amua tu kabisa. Ukiamua ni dhambi, we tenda tu kabisa, usikue hapo katikati. So daddy refused to go to church because alisema pastor mwenye alikuanga kwa hiyo church ndiye alikuanga anampeleka kwa waganga kabla aokoke. So that is the reason akufuata mom kwa church. Na unfortunately kukafunguliwa church ya hizi Pentecostal churches hapo, na dada akaenda. By the way, right now my dad is born again and is a pastor, and I thank God for that. So ika happen now 202, si ndio hiyo nilikuwa nimaliza hiyo class 8 na nikakosa kwenda class 8, so ikabidi nimemaliza 203. So nimemaliza class 8. After nimemaliza class 8, nimeitwa shule poa, but hakuna fee, so siwezi enda hiyo shule. Nikaambiwa tena nirudie mara ya pili, nikaambia mate hapana, mimi sirudi. So what I did, I chose to attend a day school just near our home place. So I used to go to school, to high school, naenda shule na narudi home, naenda shule narudi home jioni. Alafu you in such a situation, umeenda umefika shule na umefukusiwa school fees mazi. Na it's a place, it's around 3 kilometers, 3 or 4, not even 4 mazi. Hiyo place ni mbali, because I used to leave home at around 4:30 or nikichelewa sana 5, lakini nikitoka 5 nilikuwa nachelewa. So I used to toka home by 4:30, and my mom used to push me. Mama ananizindikisha until mali kutakuwa na light, then ndio anarudi. So nikakuwa naenda shule mguu. So naenda nafika shule, napata sijalipiwa school fees, naambiwa tena nirudi home. So narudi home, naenda napata mzai, namwambia nimetumwa fee. Mzai ananiambia enda uambie clerk na ninakuja. Kufika shule naambia clerk mzai ameniambia anakuja. Clerk anakuambia sisikizi. Anakuambia wewe utakaa hapo nje ya ofisi, ngoje mpaka mzai akuje. Alafu mzai atakaa. Ndio sasa the last day alikuja akasema atalete fee na hajalete. Unaona? So this time anajua tu wewe rudi shule, sitakuja. Umetoka home asubuhi, umefika shule umefukusiwa fee, umeambiwa urudi shule, mzai na kama anakosa kukuja na unarudi tena home jioni. Can you imagine hiyo journey? Nilijaribu. So that was my life. Nikasoma hivyo mpaka nikafika form 2. So form 3 ilikuwa must mtu wa board. So form 3 niliboard. Now this is what I used to do. Juu hiyo maji iko hapo kwetu, mimi nilianza aso mapema. Weekends kama hatuendi shule nilikuwa napanda mboga. So hiyo mboga nilikuwa najua within 2 months nitauza hiyo mboga na nitakuwa na pocket money. Na Mungu akafanya miujiza. Before hata nilale shule kukakuja matatu fulani hapo, na hiyo matatu ilikuwa inapita hapo 4:30. Can you imagine? So nilikuwa napewa lift, naenda na jioni 5 inarudi tena kutoka Nairobi, inapita kwenye nilikuwa nasomea, ninakuja tena nayo home. So Mungu akanipea lift ya free. So hapa imekuwa tena ni kuboard shule. Nahitaji uniform, nahitaji vitu zenye watoto hitaji kuboard, na sana ladies tunakuanga. So my parents were not even able to afford hizo vitu. So again hapa tukifunga shule